What is up, gang? PPS here. I am extremely frustrated. I went through this 90% of this video, and I was pulling up one of my stats on one of my tabs and accidentally hit the X on it. We were already about 7 minutes in, almost finished with the video, but now this is the one you're going to see. I will get through it here. We're coming off a good night. Another winner. 5.5 units made in the last 48 hours. You go back to the last 2 days here. And I'm very happy about that. I think the new setup here has definitely brought the good vibes to us. I believe we're 5-1 since I've switched my setup. And sitting at a nice record, 161 and 113. And one thing I'm going to say here, when I have kids, even when I think we're getting a dog here in the next couple weeks. So when I have kids, I'm going to have to tell them there's 3 things in life that are always going to be there. And that's going to be death, taxes, and betting on wagons and making money. We have our 3 wagons, and we ride those guys, and we cash those guys. We cash those tickets with our wagons here. The 3 wagons, if you guys didn't know, are the Toledo Rockets at number 3, Eastern Washington number 2, and our VMI Keydets at number 1. I did do a numbers check last night, and I sent it into my VIP chat. Obviously, these are my VIP numbers for these teams. So these aren't going to be like what you guys have seen, because obviously I have not sent you guys 17 VMI plays. But VMI record 13-4, Toledo 6-2, and Eastern Washington believe is 8-3. So 27-9 on my wagons this season. And luckily for you guys, one of my wagons does play today. But before we get into our plays, again, thank you guys. A lot of new faces in here, a lot of new subscribers, and I appreciate it. We just passed 850, hoping to get to 1K by the Super Bowl. Obviously, going to be pushing out a ton of content here the rest of the week. Pass the prop. Make sure you tune in today. That's going to be on this channel at 2 o'clock. So make sure you have your notifications on and be ready here, because we're going to be dropping a lot of NBA plays. I believe we have a guest. I will not announce that until you get to our Twitter, which I will be posting in my description below. So if you guys don't follow me over on Twitter, make sure you do that. And then recap of yesterday. What can we say? We go with our wagons, you go with your cash cows, and they come through for you. That's how they do it. Toledo absolutely nukes these guys. I posted another free play as my RX play of the day, and the over 70.5 first half, and that was like 80. So that was an easy winner. I also personally took them -10. They beat them by 20. This team is literally a wagon, guys. These guys are so good. Ryan Rollins almost fouls out. 4 fouls, only 24 minutes. He has 19, 7, and 5. Come on. Like it's not even fair. This team's number 1 scorer has been scoring 20 a game, gets in foul trouble, and they had the guy we talked about yesterday, Shoemate, go berserk, 24 points. It's just too easy. That Eastern Michigan side is tough. I've been fading the directional Michigan schools this whole year, and we're doing pretty well. I don't have the exact numbers on how I do with those, but I do it quite often. So, again, number recap here. Again, if you guys could and you're watching this video, right about to get our plays of the day, please drop a like. That's all I really ask. Throw that notification bell on. I only do one of these a day. I'm not like those bigger sites that throw out like 10, 12 videos. Just one video, give you my best plays, and we go. Right? That's how we do it. That's how we win. That's how we make money. So 2 plays today, both on my favorite team in the country. VMI, money line, you're giving me a disrespectful +110. And VMI team total +100. That's a DraftKings line. So one thing I will point out is their team total is the exact same as UNC Greensboro. Obviously, Greensboro is the 2-point favorite. They are -120. VMI is +100. And I will take that plus money on my Keydets all day. UNCG is actually a very good team. Like, they're very good defensively. But that's pretty much about it. Their offense is dog shit, like really bad. Bottom, I think it's like 275 in the country. But they did beat VMI in their first matchup. I think that's going to have a lot of implications on this game and why this line is what it is. If you go back to that game, they had 15 turnovers and they went 10 for 36 from deep. So that's definitely not going to win you the game. The game did play it to the high 60s possessions. Yeah, I think it was like 68 or 69 possessions, which definitely favors the VMI side. UNC Greensboro is like the fourth slowest team in the country. But what they do is they press like very hard. So if you have good enough ball handlers to break this press, you can score pretty quick on this team. But that's why their defense is ranked so high, because they force so many turnovers. I know I've talked about this quite a bit when we bet VMI in these, especially these last 5 games. With the emergence of Honor Huff, this team is completely different. They are 4-1 to the team total over since he's been there, or since he's had his emergent game against the Citadel, where he scored 15 points in 21 minutes. I watched this first game against UNC Greensboro. They scored 56 points. Jake Stevens being 22 of them. He is a complete mismatch in this game. But they only really had one true ball handler, one like alpha ball handler, which is Kerfman. But now with Huff in this game, you can't double team Kerfman on this press. And I think that's going to make huge difference here. Huff has been fantastic. Like I said, they're 4-1 to the team total over since he's been back, or since he's kind of had his big out game since the Citadel there. But Jake Stevens is going to absolutely destroy this team down low. We're looking at it. They're going to have their guy named Bass Letty. He only was able to play 20 minutes in their first matchup with these guys. And I think that's going to be huge, because Jake Stevens playing 36 to 38 minutes a game. This is their best player. I think he's been conference player of the week like 4 times this year already. And also, one thing I actually have been diving into lately a little bit more is shot quality. One of the shot quality metrics that they list is what's it called? It's let me see. I'm gonna pull this up, because it's like the amount of shots that turn into shots at the rim or 3-pointers. VMI ranks 12th in that. And I think that's going to be huge here, because if they do what Wofford and East Tennessee State just did to this team, the same team in the last 2 games, Wofford put 16 for 29 from deep on these guys. East Tennessee State scored 76 and shot only 37% from deep. So if we get enough shot attempts from deep with Kerfman, Huff, even Stevens, I think this game flies over the total. I just believe in VMI's offense a lot here. I also think UNC Greensboro should be able to score on these guys. The biggest thing, though, is Jake Stevens there's no one on this roster who can match up with him. If it comes down to a close game at the end, who do I want? I want VMI. This team can make free throws so well. Obviously, I tell you guys this every single time with VMI. They shoot 80% from the line. They have a new ball handler here since the last game. UNC Greensboro has nothing else that they can throw at you that you haven't seen. UNC Greensboro hasn't seen Honor Huff play in this type of role that he's playing now. I believe he played like 25 minutes, only had like 4 points, but they were running the complete offense through, obviously, Kerfman and Stevens. And now you have a guy who has developed into a scorer, that third scorer that they need, that third guy that defenses have to worry about. I know I did this yesterday. I usually don't, but when we do one game slates or like one game like this, I'll go into a little bit more trend stuff. The trends, UNCG is actually 1-6 against the spread the last 7 games as a favorite, and 1-5 against the spread in the last 6, or the 1-5 in their last 6. Like I said, I don't really like doing trends that much. Trends really aren't my thing, but when it comes down to this, like the Keydets are 8-0 against the spread in their last 8 games following a win. Like, why would I not go back to the well here? 5-1 in their last 6 games to the over, 9-2 to the over as a road underdog. Like, the VMI Keydets are going to come out and try to punch these guys square in the mouth. These guys are the only team that really beat them bad, and this is their second chance to do it. Even when they lost to Furman and lost by 15. But guess what happened earlier in the year? VMI beat them, right? So UNCG, bottom in this conference, is going for a sweep on VMI. I love VMI today. I'm a huge fan of them, but there's not many. I've only bet VMI money line like 2 times. I like their spread. I like them to score. I like their overs. But this game, you're going to give me plus money on the Keydets. I think they should be favored. I think at -1, -1.5. These two teams are going in completely different directions here. VMI obviously getting, like I said, there's not enough words. If you haven't watched VMI, they'll be on ESPN Plus tonight. Turn them on and watch you should watch that one and then watch like a game like 3 weeks ago. The offense with Huff actually being able to do what he wants to do is completely different. This team is very much a better team with Huff in the lineup, and Huff kind of taking away some of that pressure that Kerfman had to deal with here. Again, if this game comes down to a close game at the end, we have a 79% free throw shooting team. This team shoots 38% from three, 47% from the field, and is averaging 79 points per game. There's just not much else I really need to say about these guys. Besides they're a wagon. They're one of my favorite teams in the country. Again, we're going with the VMI Keydets money line and team total over 68.5. So thank you guys so much for popping in. Let's get another sweep. I'm looking forward to going 5-0 in my last 3 days here. Looking to put another 2.5 units. If we are able to catch that one, that is 8 units in the last 3 days. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully see you guys on the live show for Pass the Prop soon. All right. Have a good one, guys. Talk to you soon.